Are we done? We started up again. Oh my God, video that isn't about random candy.
Are we in another video already?
We're in another video. Isn't that so cool?
Oh, shit. Okay, dang, man. How'd you do that?
Very important question to ask you. Since we talked about farming on your channel, this is going to be the backup to what you did. Normally, I would say link in the description, go watch it. But let's be honest, you guys all fucking watched it already. You see the Ahnald notifications.
Seriously, you're not even gonna give me. You're not even gonna let me mooch off your what's it called?
I steal money from
coolness.
you. This is not vice versa. I extract value from the Grand Admiral because I'm a ruthless corrupt. We're the most underfunded and undergeared precinct in all the Coruscant underworld, Ahnald. What do you want us to do?
Yeah, you don't even have a phone anymore, man, or bank or money in the bank, dude. Like, dude, yeah, you're really running the rough time.
There's money in the bank. It's just I can't use the bank. Like, we're putting a temporary 5-day freeze on all of your accounts due to suspicious activity. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Dude, I had something like that too. Like someone, I don't know what it was. Like, yeah, I'd like lock all my credit histories. It's freaking. That's a whole other thing, man.
All right, so
the digital age.
The crux of the video, Ahnald. We talked about the GLs and when you should farm them on your video, but as every astute APGAINS viewer will know, the backbone teams are where the insert old white person analogy about biscuits, gravy, sausage is made or something like that. The backbone teams, just to catch you up for people who might be unsure about what it means.
And gravy, that sounds good right now.
We're talking about the Mauls. We're talking about the Star Killers. We're talking about the Malguses, the Radises, the Jedi Knight Lukes, the Afras, the Inquisitors, the Traya with Savage Omicrons, the Malicos, Seer Jundas. We're talking about the Zoris. We're talking about the Dash Rendar, Nest, Hondo, Vandor, Chewie, L3. We're talking about the Cal Kestises and pending CG nerf. We're talking about the Night Sisters with Marin Ahnald. This is what we're talking about. Let's say we're following the Ahnald farming guide.
Okay.
And whatever version it is, now or in 10 years, what are people picking up, Ahnald? Obviously, a lot of this is gated on conquest, but characters like Starkiller and Cal Kestis are good value. Characters like Radis and Afra. When do you take a break? Since you did take a break to farm Starkiller, what do you look for in your roster to say, I'm going to farm a backbone team?
Yeah, so I'm actually about to do that soon here. Generally, when I finish kind of a big project, you know, whether it's Eternal Spirit or Kyle Rand or whatever, I kind of like take a break. I look at my roster, like, all right, there's a couple of key things that I think would really help me out in the current meta and just in general, just some solid teams. Like after I finished Sith Eternal, I worked on Savage Omicron, my Traya. I say Trey, I got her up to gear 12, and then I got Starkiller. And now I'm at the point after Starkiller, it's like, all right, working towards Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And now I'm about to get Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker here in another, week to two or so. And then kind of got the same thing. I kind of sit there and like, all right, before, because when you're starting another project, usually it takes a while just to farm the character shards. So what I do, I kind of like, I'm farming the character shards, probably for Jabba here soon. I have a couple of teams that I sit in my roster and like just seeing how I'm playing my Grand Arena is like, man, I wish this team would be a little bit better, or even Proving Grounds. Some influence is coming from Proving Grounds. It's like, man, I wish I had a Trey. I wish I had a Darth Malik. So it's kind of just one of those things where depending on what you've built, you kind of need to have that supplemental stuff. So you have like 80%. You want to get that other 20% that you feel like you're missing out on. So I think I said, I don't know if I said in a video or to you privately, it's like, oh, I want to get my armor to gear 13 user because I can use it for Sith Eternal. Supreme Current is kind of a nice bolster unit. The mini Wat Tambor. I want to build up my Traya team a little bit for Proving Grounds, and also Grand Arena having a better Traya would be pretty nice to have. And then I also want to bolster my Sith Empire, getting my Darth Revan, and more importantly, Darth Malik up and running. So those are kind of like my filler projects while I start working on farming the stuff that's needed for Jabba. So I got to get my Chrysanthemum, I got to get my Aura Sing and stuff like that. So in the meantime, there's some of those supplemental things that kind of fill in those backbones a little bit. You get most of what you need out of a Galactic Legend requirement, but you still gotta take little breaks to kind of fill it in a little bit. Like I truly don't think life would be as good without my Savage Omicron. Savage Omicron, honestly, I don't want to say it this way. A Starkiller is great. I love him, but I really feel like I'm getting a lot of mileage out of Savage.
I don't think people realize how good, especially under Traya Omicron, how good this guy is, even at low.
It's not even just Traya, man. Like, yeah, he's fantastic with Traya, but you can use him with Starkiller. You can use him with, like, in my opinion, I know it's not the popular thing because we want like a fancy conquest unit. If you have Sith Eternal, this is your lifter unit. Savage is your lifter unit. Like if you look at the data, I was showing it on stream the other day. Sith Eternal without Savage, you need Malik to kind of maybe cause some issues for somebody. Savage is kind of the mini lifter for Sith Eternal, and you almost need a Galactic Legend at that point, barring Datacrons, to beat a Sith Eternal. I on my main account, I truly feel like Sith Eternal Savage, it gets more holds than a lot of my other Galactic Legends, funny enough. So this character has been single-handedly one of the most impactful things on my main account free to play account. And again, there are just so many ways to utilize him. He's not like Womp, where he's kind of like a one tool in the shed. He is so functional on offense, defense. He fills in so many different teams. I've seen him be used on stupid light side teams. He's just such an annoying beast to deal with. Malgus, Treya, Darth Revan, Sith Eternal. I've seen him with the Perimeter Kyle Ren, Star Killer. A lot of fun Star Killers. I think what was it? I think I've seen a Savage, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and Star Killer 313. That's also pretty gnarly to deal with, or something along those lines. Or no, I'm thinking of something like that. Yeah, so there's just so many ways to utilize them. So I don't know why we're talking about Savage, but hands down, one of the best all-around Grand Arena Omicrons you can have. And as long as he stays flexible and plug and play, he's going to have mileage for a long time.
Something that I've been running into recently with, like, call it 2 to 4 million GP players is kind of the reactionary farms when I'm doing rosters and stuff like that. So I want to get your hot take on this. Teams that every time you bump up in a division or a league or whatever the hell the terminology is now, they switched it randomly when they introduced Money Bitch Mac making, and I just never remembered what they're called. But you start to run into more teams. You run into your first Ray. You run into your first job on defense, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for yourself, obviously, for the free-to-play account, or if you're recommending someone on stream, how important is it to say, I noticed I'm facing a lot more Jabbas. Maybe I should build up a Marin. Maybe I should build up an Afro with associated Datacrons that can do random things. I'm facing a lot of these random teams on defense, like Rays, where I need a Star Killer. How much does that kind of play into your thinking?
I want to say probably not much. I don't see myself really reacting to... I try to farm stuff that's going to help me knock out a lot of stuff. So, like, Star Killer, he can handle Rays, some Jabba teams out there and whatnot. So even some Perimeter Kyle Rens, if you need, like, you have to throw in Barris or something like that to really make it a bit better. So it's not too much into that. I try to farm stuff that's going to get me that all-around benefit that's existing out there. Because, like, if you think about it, I think maybe I'm a little spoiled because the Perimeter Kyle Ren, he's kind of my, like, even on my main account too, I can use him to beat almost any galactic legend that exists out there. So I think it's nice having that in my pocket. Then you have Star Killer that can fill in a few spots. So I don't think I put too much emphasis on that. Although I would like to have a Night Sister team. That would be great with Marin, but
I don't think 2 minutes saying no, but not Night Sister team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I want to put it this way. There are two things that I feel like have been super impactful, and it's going to get nerfed likely soon. The two things that I feel like have really changed my gameplay, because I was always a defensive heavy guy. Put all the GLs on defense and then just beat all the GLs without needing a GL. That was always my thing. And then Datacrons came out, the great nerf of 2021. So it kind of made it difficult to kind of do that. But lately, Marin, Jedi Knight Cal really opened up the doors for me and my main account to just say, I don't need any Galactic Legends really to play, So I got... I keep maybe a Perimeter Kyle Ren because he can almost beat anything for me. And then I have Jedi Knight Cal because before, like Malgus, you almost needed a Galactic Legend of some sort to beat Malgus. Maybe you get lucky if gas and it's dirty, but Jedi Knight Cal basically, in my neck of the woods, kind of almost invalidates Malgus on defense now. Then Marin two shots Jabba because before you kind of needed a GL to beat Jabba with Datacrons. After wasn't really cutting it as much, and Star Killer could be rough with Leia's and her deadly bluff that she has. So but Night Sister, Marin, and Cal, they really changed the top level gameplay, hands down. But I don't have a full Night Sister team built up. However, I did get a free Talzin when we got the last Shard Shop pack thing.
When is that coming back? I wasn't paying attention.
That's coming back August 23rd. 8,000 Shard Shop currency needed, and you have any chance to get any character up until the Tuskens. And then it's like pretty much pre-Jedi Knight Cal Kestis requirements.
Damn, I would love a full Cal Kestis.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I think it stopped right before Cal, Seer, Marin, Saw, and whatnot. But there's still a lot of other stuff, So it's like Doctor After requirements, Star Killer.
You got value out of. I saw you so happy to use Saw Gerrera in your last GAC stream.
Yeah, man,
he did something.
He did so. I've never been so disappointed in a character release than Saw Gerrera. I don't know why. I just I was really hoping he'd be a lot more fun, more impactful, and it's just a little disappointing. But yeah, hey, I beat a Genosium after like 3 minutes. They beat a Genosium team, so that's something.
I love how we're at the point where like beating like the worst STD team is like the greatest accomplishment ever.
It's Saw and Trench, man. It's like I'm disappointed at them, but man, do I hype them up. When we're gonna use, like, all right, man, watch Trench. He's gonna clean up this one team, and Trench and Saw. Like, I love them. But it's like I'm kind of disappointed in them. They're like the prodigal son. But I'm gonna love you. I'll take you back in. But I'm a little disappointed with what you did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that how the story went? I can't remember.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
quick little shout out to Van Seal, who's not doing a ton of content anymore, but big bounty hunter guy. I love how
that's fun. Yeah.
every character that he falls in love with is terrible. He loves Boba Fett Cyanogenko, terrible. He loves Trench, terrible. He loves, what's the guy that built the fucking Death Star, Krennic? He loves the Krennic Omicron.
Really?
He's literally like 0 for 3 on character. He's like, this is gonna be the meta, and then it totally flops.
Oh yeah, don't get me started. At least Boba Fett, he turned out well with the Tuskens. Like that's his redeeming grace. Although it sucks it's only for 3v3. And it's funny now, the meta's kind of moving where the best Tusken 3v3 team doesn't have Boba Fett sign of Django. So it's like, oh, then there goes his moment of glory. I haven't been utilizing the Omicron now for Boba Fett and Grand Arena, but yeah, it's I feel it though. Like I had a lot of those characters too. Like I would always make Magma Trooper meta. I took Thrawn, Magma Trooper, Death Trooper, and I was able to completely disrupt the Traya meta that existed back in the day. So it's fun. It's fun rooting for the little guy. Trench might not be sexy.
Is that pointed at me? Are you making fun of my height right now, or is that just some turn of phrase?
What did I do?
Okay, I'm just making sure. I was saying, if you're disrespecting me, I will be in your basement or wherever you stream, and I'll beat you up in a cup costume. We'll get Rule 34'd, I'm sure, but it'll be a beat down.
Oh, jeez.
I'll be like biting your ankles, like, get back here.
Dude, I'm gonna invite you over, and you're gonna wear a Bikini Leia costume, and then you're gonna get me in trouble, man. I just know how you work.
Your YouTube rep is gonna be like, hey, we gotta talk.
It's game over, man. It's game over at that point.
All right, before we hop out of here.
Okay.
I need some spec relation.
Spec relate. Okay.
Next, post Malicos backbone team. Ready for this?
Post Malicos backbone team. Okay.
Wookiees plus Gunji.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do you want me to recommend Wookiees? Like, I don't know if I'd recommend Wookiees. Okay, but Gunji. Well, we know that the next conquest unit, or we're assuming next one, they said it's a conquest unit, is Beskar Gideon. So I don't know if Gunji is going to come anytime soon.
Legendary. Legendary Gunji.
Legendary Gunji.
Dude, I didn't realize there's 8 Wookiees and like 8 of them are Chewbacca.
Yeah, hold on. You have Vander Chewie, you have Smuggler Chewie, you got Chewie, 3PO Chewie, Clone Wars Chewie. Yeah, I think over half the Wookiee factions.
It's 5 of the 8, and then there's Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, I did a video. I did a video like a year or two ago. The Game of Hacks, 5 Chewies versus 5 Hans. Yeah. Oh god,
we need a good old fashioned like Cubs fan Han 1v1 tournament. All the Chewbaccas fight each other.
Man, it really sucks. That was the one nice thing about the test accounts, is that you could do stuff like that. It really sucks they took that away. I feel like they left the hole. The developers, that is, they left the hole in the community's hearts when they took away. It's like, imagine if we had a test, we'd be doing so much stupid stuff.
Dude,
and sometimes the stupid stuff, you'll learn something.
Would be way more popular. The content that you could make would be crazy.
It sucks. I mean, I remember when we first got the test account, that's when I started the Game of Hacks thing, and then it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so yeah, it kind of sucks that they took that away. That was like the one thing I feel like, like I don't need early access to characters that I'd like, but having a way to test as much as you want, because it kind of sucks. I don't know. It's the one. I don't know if there's any other game like this really, but it's like the one game I've ever played where they tell you to stop playing like after 20 battles in squad arena. Like, all right, thanks for the money, man, but you gotta go.
I've always held this theory that there'll never be a sandbox mode, because the second we get to have as much fun as possible, we'll burn out so quickly.
Oh yeah, I don't. Well, they already said that's not gonna happen. The sandbox thing is never gonna happen. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but
it's like spending time with me. The only reason you love me so much is because you don't get to see me that often, right?
Oh, you're gonna make me cry, man.
Wait, give me a little cry face real quick. Give me a little cry face.
Hold on, no mic in the face so you can get a.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Wait.
I'm trying to give you a bunch of faces of screenshots, so hopefully you got a good one. Okay.
My screen.
Are we still recording?
No. We're about to end it though. Can you say?
Okay.
Make. Next song you're making. Give us a sneak peek.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I technically have like 3 or 4 songs. 4 songs. I have 2 that are like basically done. One that's been in purgatory for like almost a year at this point. At this point, I'm just like, screw it. We're just gonna finally just put it out. And then I got one. Okay, fine. Do you want to hear it or you just want to know what it is?
I want a one-word spoiler.
Okay.
Give
So the
us
next
a little...
song, okay, the next one that should come out of the pipeline that I have, Adapt. That's your one-word spoiler.
Or
Yeah.
Die.
There you go.
Oh,
It's been
my goodness.
basically there's a grander vision, and then it's just like after a while, it's like the grand vision was gonna happen. So it's like, you know, we're just gonna get it out. We're gonna settle for something a little less grand on the production, the video production side of it.
Can
So
one
it's
of them
gonna,
just be you, and like instead of like trying, it's just like you in a green screen room, but with the green screen just you're just standing there
with
like
the green screen.
you know,
I don't know what a green screen
oh
is.
yeah, we're on the Kraken, the fuck, I can't
Yeah.
even remember your full the Grand Edible Video Game Division here at the Galactic Empire 125 A for 1 XR 1 XR party. I can't do it.
You got most of them. You know, I'll give you A for trying.
All right, thank you for appearing here. I am going to disappear into the ether now.
I'll talk to you, I guess, in 5 months.
Wait, I'm gonna disappear. Oh, I disappeared. Oh my goodness, you're by yourself now. So sad. All right.
By myself.
Yeet.